So, Jamaican oral traditions have come alive in the recently published book, Me Have Sinting to Tell You, our story, the Jamaican story. This representation of our culture is written by Dr. Dawn C. Lemonius, human resource and training professional, who is also a passionate cultural ambassador. Had a little chat with her before we came on, and she's a math teacher, she's social studies teacher, West Indian history teacher, and then she says, and so much more that she don't tell us. She's here with us now. Morning, welcome to Smile Jamaica. How are you?
Thank you so much, Neville. Good morning. And good morning to your audience.
Yeah, man. Where you find time to do all these things, please? Because I now need to add author, because this is your first book, right?
This is my first book.
So where you find time to do all these things?
You know, I've always wanted to learn as much as I can. And, you know, in my earlier years, I had a problem with my eyes, and I was encouraged not to study at the time. And so I said, you know what, let me do small courses and delve into other areas. And here we go.
Yeah.
I have been involved in training and HR in addition to teaching.
Okay. Why you wanted to write this?
For the last 23 years, I have been particularly involved with the tourism product development company as a trainer of culture and history as well. And the persons have always encouraged me to write. Every time I do a session on culture or history, somebody encourages me to write. But I just never figured out what I'm going to write about. Mm-hmm. And during the lockdown, you know, the thought just came to me one day to write some puzzles. And I wrote a puzzle about our Jamaican history, and I circulated it to some family members here and abroad. And they absolutely loved it. So I said, okay, I'll write some more puzzles. And I wrote 7 puzzles about our culture and our geography. And then I said, but I can't publish a book with only 7 puzzles in there. Let me put something more that I know that will interest persons. So I put some anti-stories, and before you know it, I had proverbs, I had riddles, I had expressions, I had a poem, I had stories from my parents, and there we go, a book.
Yeah, you know, in going through this, and I wrote, it's a tutorial, and I put / you have sentence constructions and stuff like that. You're kind of teaching us in this book, aren't you?
Yes, the teacher in me. The teacher in me. And because over the years, I've seen the reaction of persons who, when I train them on these areas, I see their reactions. And so, you know, I wrote with the reader in mind, trying to figure out what are they going to say when they see this? How are they going to feel when they see this? So here we go.
Yep. And another question I wrote is, who do you want to read it? And I asked that because you're explaining what patois is, you're telling us about riddles. So who do you want to read this? Because I suspect some Jamaicans will probably say, but I know that already.
You know, I wrote it for us. I wrote it for Jamaicans here and abroad. And it's funny, that person may say, we know patois already. But it was when I was writing, especially the section on patois, that I realized how structured the patois is. It is not so much unstructured. It is pretty structured. The way we express ourselves and the way we form our sentence. Overseas persons have always had an interest in our dialect, and we know that.
Yeah.
So they can also read it. There are some things that if they want to know more about, find a Jamaican can explain it to them.
Yeah, because you explain everything. I mean, you explain things like who is a duppy bat or a cocoa head. By the way, you have something where you say you all pazzard. Who is a pazzard, please? You can't explain that on television in the morning.
A low-grade person.
So that means I am not a pazzard then, right?
No, you're not. But you know, the essence of cussing is to make the other person feel bad.
Yes, man. No, I agree with you. So you've put in proverbs, you've put the explanations, you have puzzles on culture, puzzles on food and stuff. It is really, as I said, it's a tutorial. I learned, and I'm certain a lot of people will learn from this book. May have Sinting to tell you. Where can we get the book, by the way?
At the moment, it is available on Amazon.com and on Barnes & Noble online as well. Mm-hmm. In Jamaica here, I have copies now And I'm trying to get them into some bookstores. I'm working on that. So persons who are interested can always contact me.
Yep.
I'm sure you'll give me the chance in a few minutes to be able to pass that information on.
All right. And do you have the bug that you're probably going to write another one?
I have in mind to write another one.
All right.
Because this has motivated me and the response has been great. A lot of persons have been buying the book and the response has been so awesome. And there are other things that I've been carrying around in my mind that I think I'll put on paper as well, relating to our culture.
I'm absolutely impressed with you as a person because you've done so much. I'm more impressed with this book here, and I look forward to the next one, and I'm certain I'll be impressed by that one too. Stay safe. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. God bless.
Thank you so much. And persons who are interested in getting the book, I am on Facebook, I am on Instagram with my name and my telephone number. You can WhatsApp me if you need books to purchase. 876-336-4470.
All right. Good to see you. By the way, I'm on WhatsApp. Don't know if anybody interested, but Dr. Don Lemonius, author of Me Have Sinting to Tell You. All right? All right, folks. Up next, lights, camera, action. 5 jam rock movies we all love. Stay with us. I wonder which ones are in there.